Hi, class. I'm reviewing your chapters 12 and 13 project in this video. Now, for chapters 12 and 13, you will either write a press release or a creative brief. You do not need to do both of these projects. This is an either or situation about a product, service, or an upcoming event. You need to focus on something recent. And by recent, I mean something that either happened in the past month or is coming up in the next month or two. One example would be if there's maybe a New Year's Eve fundraiser for something, that would be an upcoming event. If you want to talk about Black Friday, you can still do Black Friday. That's fine. Um, or if there's a product that launched recently, like the Google Pixel 6 phones, that also works. So anything like that will be fine. What you want to do is, first of all, if you're doing a press release, you need to create a title for it. Make sure you have some kind of media contact information and information about when this press release would be released. Usually you'll start with either the hold date, or you'll say for immediate release or hold until whenever, and followed by a dateline with that information. And of course, you want to introduce the product, service, or event and offer any relevant additional information and end with a quick facts list. Now let's take a look at this example. Of course, make sure you include your own information on here. And first, the media contact, it's going to be on the right-hand side of the page. In this case, I rewrote some information about the recording arts degree at UL. This mentions Chris Munson, the coordinator of music media. He's the contact person for that degree program in the School of Music and Performing Arts. I went on their faculty page and was able to get his office number and his email. Now, I start by saying it's immediate release. The title, I kind of rewrote / summarized the information. In this case, it was something that probably was a press release, but they released it on UL's main page as a UL related news story. They said recording arts degree now offered at UL. And this is the date the information would have been released. And the first paragraph, now it starts by introducing the topic. Music students at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette can now learn to record their school's praises as well as sing them. Starting this fall, the university's School of Music and Performing Arts will offer a Bachelor of Music degree geared towards students interested in music recording and production. Now, remember, for this, you do need to follow AP style guidelines. Press releases are many times, if a newsroom is busy, more or less copied and pasted into their website. If you have something that looks too messed up, they aren't even going to bother. They'll just delete it. So make sure you're following AP style for any verbiage within your press release. And of course, after I introduce the topic, I say, according to Associate Professor Chris Munson, the recording arts concentration prepares graduates for careers in film, TV, studio recording, live production, or computer-related music production without requiring extensive performing abilities. So that was the key bit of information within the new degree program. It isn't just talking about recording, which actually was something they had available as well as part of their music media degree. This specific program focuses on preparing people to record or work in a music related field without actually requiring them to play instruments. And then, of course, I have a supportive statement from Munson. If you're able to, please include some kind of direct quotes from someone within the company. I understand, since we aren't working directly with these organizations, you probably won't be able to find that information. Just include it if you can. And of course, I include a bit more about it and then a quick facts list. I want to say what UL Lafayette is launching a new Bachelor of Music in Recording Arts concentration. So that's the what of what's happening. The when is fall 2021. Where School of Music and Performing Arts. Why? To provide a major for recording artists who don't play instruments. And who is the target? Music producers, sound engineers, mixers, etc. And of course, if there is some kind of video or other opportunity, you would want to include that information here as well. We mentioned there's a video opportunity with new students, ensembles, and recording, and also to view the recording area. Now, in your references, you do need references for both of these projects. You're going to look up information related to whatever event or product or service you're advertising. In this case, I had a reference to the press release released by the School of Music. And I also have a reference to the faculty and staff page for the School of Music and Performing Arts. Now, the reason I am using this as the retrieved date is because this particular page did not, first of all, did not offer any kind of last modified date. If it had offered a last modified date, I would use that instead of saying retrieved. And then second, it also does not have a specific set of information of that will, let me rephrase that. The information on this page will change over time. So those two factors mean I will use a retrieval date. So I have the little ND listed here to show there was no date given, and then the date I retrieved it. Now, this one is based on a press release, so I need to include that information here. And I have the publishing group, the date it was published, and the title of the press release. And then, of course, a URL where you can view it. Okay, let's look at your creative brief. So your creative brief should start with the name of the product you're advertising. This will just make it easier for me to understand what it is you're doing. If it's a service, same deal. First, you're going to research your product. If it's something that you wouldn't necessarily be able to try easily, like if it isn't a phone or something else that you have readily available, you can view product information pages about it, ones released by the company or even ones that are or even review pages by companies that normally review those types of products or services. Look at user comments. For example, if it's something that a person bought on Amazon, then they always have tons of user comments, and a lot of user reviews now, you're able to highlight keywords in all of the reviews. And you don't you aren't really able to do the interview your client probably about their goal or budget or anything. Um, so you're focusing your research more on what you can do for this particular project. Now, the next thing is an objective statement. Why are you advertising? Are we looking to increase brand awareness, sales, promote a new product? What's going on? Why are we advertising right now? What's the goal? And I want you to create a single minded proposition for this advertising campaign. You want each proposition to say something to the client, well, to explain to the reader why they should pay attention to your product or why they should buy it and what kind of benefits they will get out of it. This is a more creative approach. So you're looking at one particular feature or claim, and you want it to say something within the scope of a brand's particular identity. And of course, you want to support your concept with statements showing how this idea has succeeded before, why this particular tone is going to work. And that also includes discussing the target audience, like who do you expect to react to this campaign and why? When will it air? What size commercial space do you have? Are you planning to air these commercials or run this ad for a year, 6 months, 3 weeks? What's your time frame? And also, where are you advertising? Are you using a traditional print media? Why are you using it? Is it because it should be because your target audience is focused on that particular medium, whatever you're using? And of course, you want a call to action. So, how do you want your audience to act upon the given information? Are they going to be part of a user generated content campaign? Is it part of something where you want them to go and buy the product? What's going on? Okay, let's take a look at the advertising creative brief example. So, first of all, I led with my the title of my piece is the product I'm advertising. So, it's the Google Pixel 6, and I highlighted key points about the product here. So it's considered a less expensive model than others in the kind of premium phone price range at $599. It also comes in three colors, sort of seafoam, kind of coral, and stormy black. The Most of the phone reviewers, when they looked at this model specifically, not even the Pixel 6 Pro, they said the Pixel 6 had the most bang for its buck. It was something where they focused on the new tensor chip. They also focused on the changes and upgrades in the software, and also the new cameras that were added to the Pixel 6, which they haven't had a camera upgrade in forever. And where are people able to buy it? They're able to get it in retail stores from phone carriers and from Google. Now, an objective statement: why are you advertising? Well, we're advertising this product, first of all, because smartphones have become an integral part of everyday life for the majority of people, and they're used to connect through talk, text, and video. Phone users also want to be able to shoot, edit, and share their videos from their device. They don't want to have to go to a computer for anything. Everything should be kind of in house. And and then something where you can upload the information to whatever social media platform you're using, or if you want to send it to friends or family, that's also available. Now, this campaign combines the social aspects of the smartphone with the tech upgrades provided by the Pixel 6 model. So we're looking at focusing on the not just the tech, but also the sharing part of it. And I decided on the single-minded proposition since the change. And this SMP is combining the newness, imagination, concepts that are integral to the overarching umbrella of the Pixel 6 marketing campaign, which is completely reimagined inside and out. They're wanting to show people that they actually did upgrade their hardware as well as the software this time. And it's it's supposed to be focused a little more on the users who will be creating their own products with this new model. And some supporting information according to the Pew Research Center. So I went to the Pew Research Center website and used their data. There are some other websites you can use as well, but I knew they had some, so I went there. They were able, according to their data, more American adults than ever have reported using YouTube. That means that whether I'm looking at marketing to younger adults or more middle-aged adults, all of them are probably using YouTube at some point. So we would be able to have targeted ads on YouTube for those particular people. And we're going to highlight the new camera and improved sensors, pushing the innovation and sharing of the Pixel 6. Now, the target audience is a little broad for this, but I put someone who is looking, so I'm specifying extrovert, so someone who wants to share, someone who's going to go out and talk to people online. So more of a social media extrovert with family or other social ties and disposable income. Now, 16 is a little on the young side for this. Probably saying like 22 to 39 years old. It would be a little better just to kind of narrow the gap a little. And we're also looking at people who may either consider themselves influencers or be somewhat tech savvy. So, because as we saw in our research, Pixel early adopters are often people focusing on tech aspects of the phone. And I do include an in-text style citation here. In this case, we are able to use either the in-text citation style or include the information in a sentence. Either way is good. But both of these will let me know where you found this information and attribute it accordingly. So when do we plan on airing this? This ad campaign will air now through March, covering the holidays and the new year. And YouTube ads will be 5 to 10 seconds. And then we'll have, of course, user engagement recruiting videos. Requesting user produced content. So we're going to take that content and then use it, of course, with the creator's permission to develop user videos related to this new product. Now, where is this going to happen? Where are we advertising? What region or platforms? Social media campaign is focusing on YouTube and TikTok ads. So for the call to action, the users will be directed to hashtag since the change in both videos. And that means, of course, that they will use this hashtag in their posts. And one video will mention the user created content contest. So that's the part where they will, where their content will be highlighted on YouTube or TikTok. And another will highlight people using the new camera and features in an advertisement shot by campaign team. So we're specifying how they will be called to action and how we want the users to interact with the content. Again, I have a list of references here, and I'm specifying the either last updated or date of publication, the author's title of each article or web page, and the place where it was published, including the URLs. And make sure if you do use a YouTube or TikTok page that you are following the appropriate TikTok or YouTube reference format. Okay. Now, if you have any other questions, send me an email, come to class, and I will do my best to answer those questions for you. I will see you later.